Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today I'm going to make a simple hand-tied bouquet. Now, a hand tie is a great way to make an arrangement with flowers without having to use any other mechanic other than the actual flowers themselves. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to take all the stems, make sure they're all nice and clean, and spiral them. And that spiral, when it's tied, will basically allow the flowers to sit in the way that you want them arranged. So this is a great way of making a design that would be suitable for going in a vase, for carrying for a wedding, for giving as a gift. It's a really good way to create an arrangement. So the materials I've got some little roses, I've got some nice little tulips. Some of these are a little bit short, but that's okay, we can work with that. I've got a few beautiful tulips that I got from the garden and a little bit of lilac. Also some nice little lamb's ears, the start of the hostas. This looks like Sweet William. It's not, it's actually the thing that has the really beautiful leaf, which I think is, it begins with a B, I can't remember the name. But if you can't get that, you can use forget-me-nots, which I just love. This is also something that's turned up in the garden, which is the most beautiful little bulb flower. So we've got a nice mix of things, and these materials are going to look really good in combination. So to make our hand tie then, what we want to do is we want to start with a longish flower and then just basically lay our flowers in. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay them in like this, and it's just going to basically build itself up as we go. So there is different ways to do it. Now, we've done quite a lot of videos showing ways to make hand ties and actually looking at a couple of different ways to approach making a hand tie as well. So you can create a framework with foliage and then take it from there, or you can make it as you go, or you can constantly keep turning it round. There's different ways, and I wouldn't say that I tend to use one method. I tend to vary it depending on what I'm actually making. So there's different ways to do it, basically. I think the good thing is if you are good with your actual hand tie and nice and consistent, then you can add flowers, you can change flowers, you can basically adapt it and restyle it to suit. So this is going to be quite a kind of natural style, which I think works really well with these flowers. I do love the lamb's ears, and the garden at the moment is just looking so good. Now, if we cut that one, so this tulip is beautiful. So I was thinking about ideas for making a video, and I was thinking about what have we not done? And we've done posies, we've done lots of different designs over the years now. And one thing that I thought we haven't actually done is a Tussie Mussie. Now, a Tussie Mussie was, or a Mussie Tussie, it's like a little posy, handheld, of flowers that you've just collected. And this would have been used years and years and years ago when there was quite a lot of bad smells. So essentially a lady would have like a little posy of fragrant flowers, so you could add things like herbs, scented roses, things like the lilac are just perfect. Anything that has a bit of a perfume, and then they could carry it and look beautiful, but also just have a little sniff when they're going down the street and it's not smelling very nice. So I'm just building this up. Now, as you can see, it's quite a varied effect, which is fine. Also want it to have a little bit of balance as well. So like if I've got the blue on this side, I do want the blue to come through, so it just doesn't feel like it's in one corner for no particular reason. And nice little touch of heuchera foliage as well. So it doesn't really matter what you use. I think the the main thing about this style of bouquet, or creating this feel for this bouquet, is using things that are different. So you want to use some flowers that are round, some that have a lot of texture, some things that are long, really just to mix the variety so that you can adapt it and change it. Now, did you see what I just did? I just changed the level of that flower so that we really see it, and just the direction that it's facing as well. I also have another big tulip. So if you've got a good tie there, you can start to slip other flowers in, and it's not a problem to do that. I do like these little tulips. I like the leaves on the tulips as well. I think that can look really natural and really sweet. This is where you need to be a little bit of an octopus, and it's definitely a good idea just to have everything laid out in advance before you start making something. So we'll just give that a wee clean. And I'm going to tie this off with just some natural twine. So just before we tie it, we'll just do a little double check. Are we happy with this? So this actually would be a beautiful little posy to take to a friend if you were going to visit, or even for a wedding. So an informal spring wedding where you're maybe not going the whole hog and having lots of things going on, you could just quite easily have a little posy like this. This leaf's being a little bit wayward, so we'll take him off. And I just really want to finish this with a bit of twine at the tie point. But nothing fancy. But there's no reason why you couldn't add a ribbon or a little bit of decor. So we've essentially got our cute little bouquet. What's nice about it is we've got a variety of shapes, like we've got this big tulip, which is quite big actually, but also lots of texture and beautiful colours. So the only thing we need to do really is just to trim it. Now, it depends what you're going to do with this. If you're going to give it as a gift, I would leave the stems longer and then you can wrap it. If you're going to use it for a bridal bouquet, you're going to want to cut it, let it have a good drink, and then when you finish off the handle, then you can give it a final cut. What I want to do is really just have it as a bouquet in the house. If you'll stand. If you want it to stand, then a good way of doing it is just take out one or two of the stems towards the centre. Yeah, that works. So we can basically pop our little posy into a saucer, add some water. So this is a really good way to display a bouquet, because you're going to get the reflection of the flowers in the water as well. And that's it. That's basically our simple little spring bouquet, using a variety of flowers and just celebrating the seasonality that we have just now. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Again, we've looked at making a design without using floral foam, and I think that's a good approach if you're going to be making flowers for yourself at home, or if you can avoid floral foam, then that's good for the environment. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Click here to subscribe. If you've not already done so, then tap that bell and keep up to date with all our designs. We've got a new video every week and we really look forward to you joining us for our next design. So until then, stay safe and we'll see you soon.